Growing up in Burma, we don't have much access to books. All that we really have is our Bible and the preaching of the pastors on a Sunday morning. And I still remember my first day in the seminary here in the United States. I was walking through the library, and I see literally hundreds and hundreds, thousands of books piled up in the shelf. And I say to myself, back in Burma, we don't have these resources. There's no way that we can really grow much deeper into the Word. And there I began to feel the needs of translating all these good books into Burmese, so that our people also will have the opportunity to grow, will have the opportunity to benefit from these good books.
It's been said that the center of the Christian world is shifting away from Europe and North America and moving towards the developing regions of Africa, Latin America, and Asia. Today, the evangelical population in these areas represent nearly 60% of all evangelicals worldwide. While we're encouraged by this church growth, many of these churches suffer from a lack of biblically sound teaching material in their own languages. Over the years, many publishers have poured substantial time and resources into translating books and articles into various languages. However, the current model of translating and distributing Christian content remains expensive and limited in its reach. Very often, publishers have to decide which translation projects to undertake based on financial parameters. Practically speaking, this means that few books ever reach worldwide audiences, and some language groups never qualify for any translated materials at all. We believe that there's an opportunity to tackle this problem head-on by collaborating on the Gospel Translations Project. Our approach with the Gospel Translations Project involves working with a network of volunteer translators on multiple translation projects. We then make those translated materials available for free on the Gospel Translations website. Imagine, if you would, a Wikipedia-type website where gospel-centered books and articles in multiple languages are accessible to non-English speaking Christians throughout the world.
Sovereign Grace Ministries is enthusiastically supporting the Gospel Translations Project because we think it's a great way to meet these challenges and to get these vital materials into the hands of Christians in less developed nations. Andre is a member of the Sovereign Grace Church in Fairfax, Virginia. And when he came to us with the idea of meeting this need using open source technology, it was very easy for us to get excited and to support the project. The bookstores of Sovereign Grace churches are packed full with great resources, but there are Christians who do not have one book in their native language that contains sound doctrine. God has richly blessed us, and we just want these brothers and sisters to have what we have. And we think the Gospel Translations Project is going to help us make that happen.
The Gospel Translations Project is partnering with volunteers from literally all over the world. Before we began formal outreach, we had a team of 5 translators spread out over Indonesia and Malaysia. Then, in September 2007, we publicly launched. And within 2 weeks, our database of volunteers had grown to include over 100 translators spanning 5 continents. These individuals represent a diverse set of languages, such as Chinese, Russian, Arabic, Spanish, and Hindi. And what they're translating are the resources that have been made available to us for free from ministries such as Sovereign Grace, Desiring God, Ligonier, and 9 Marks.
I'm delighted with anything that's going to make good books more available to pastors around the world who can't get books themselves, but who have access to the internet. With this plan, anyone who can get on the internet can find the content of these good books and use them.
At Desiring God, we are excited about open source mission because we consider these folks kindred spirits. They share with us a vision to see millions of people around the world more accurately understand the Bible. Open source mission also shares a burden with Desiring God to see leaders around the world have more resources available to them. And so we are really excited to link arms with them, and we just want to encourage as many other organizations and individuals as possible to do the same.
So imagine a website where a pastor in Moscow, a new convert in India, a missionary in China, where anyone can go and access for free biblical teaching materials that are going to help them understand and live out the gospel wherever they are. That is what we are hoping to build together. So if you are bilingual and interested in helping us, we would love to have your participation in helping us to proclaim the gospel to all peoples in all languages for the glory of God.